A good friend of mine, Tom DiNardo, I played pickup softball with him every Sunday morning.
And I happened to mention to him one day that Lisa was involved in Peace Day and that it was really a very beautiful and wonderful thing. And he thought, well, maybe that's a possibility.
It's the International Day of Peace. It's a global day of ceasefire and nonviolence. And so how do we look at making it an accessible day?
The Peace Day Philly project was large. I knew that if I was going to get enthusiastic about it, it wouldn't be that hard to sell it to the students to build the team.
And we started talking about this idea of personal peace.
If we make it more localized, then people will have more of a want and a need to get involved.
That whole idea of what can you do and what can I do, that kind of became a rallying point.
They came up with the design of the bird, but the cityscape came from the idea of involvement on a very immediate level.
What content was going to go on the site was one of the things that we really collaborated on. I had to learn how to get my ideas out there so that she could understand where I was coming from.
It's just a back and forth of like trying to figure out the happy medium between the two.
In Peace Day Philly, ask yourself, what can I do? Ask your neighbor, what can you do? And then step back and ask your community, what can we do?
And I think that's a really great part of this program, is that it allows the students to interact with a client in a real way.
We would collaborate on things, so it wasn't that everyone was stuck in their specific major. We all kind of helped each other out.
They are bringing their own particular skill sets and, quite honestly, their expertise. And then there's times when we just need them to stand up and be the designer or the writer or the animator.
It's just a really well-rounded, something that I couldn't have done by myself by any means, and I think that each person could say the same, that it was definitely a group effort.
The very beginning of a project, it's literally nothing. And then they start filling it up and filling it up. And at some point I'm pretty concerned, are they going to be able to deliver? But in the end, I think they did swimmingly, they did wonderfully.
And to our great delight, every one of these 8 very gifted people made it very clear that they were completely dedicated to the moral imperative of Peace Day.
Getting real-world experience and working interdisciplinary with these other majors, that's something I would never have had the opportunity to do just working in my graphic design classes.
These guys worked on a project that is going to help the community, pure and simple. And that's a learning experience in and of itself. And I think that that's the part that will stay with them when they go on into their careers, that at one time they worked on a project that had some meaning.